Welcome back. Now let's head to the 19th hole where Teddy gets the inside scoop from some local golf VIPs. The 19th hole is brought to you by Glenmorangie Scotch, Scotland's best-selling single malt.
We're here at the Royal Country Club of Long Grove, joined by a terrific panel. We're going to start with John Keskowski, the president of the Western Golf Association. John, the Western Am has returned to Chicago, of course, where it belongs. This is the third year in what hopes to be a long rotation. Tell us about the Western Am in August.
Well, you're right, Teddy. The Western Amateur has been around for a long time. It's the second oldest amateur tournament in this country and generally regarded as one of the best amateur tournaments in terms of field in the entire world. It brings together a collection of really great amateur players, mostly college players, and is this returning to Chicago? It's been in Chicago for this will be the third year, and we're at North Shore Country Club this year, and which is a great golf course. Obviously, has hosted U.S. Opens and Western Opens, and I think it'll provide a great test for the best amateur players in the world. And really, the Western Am is kind of a who's who of amateur golf have played in the Western Am. Who's who of amateur golf have won it. People like Jack Nicklaus, Ben Crenshaw, Curtis Strange, Tiger Woods, Phil Mickelson. So it's a great opportunity for the golf fans of Chicago to come out and see maybe the future stars of the PGA Tour before they become PGA Tour players. Not
a bad list. Your star pupil, Luke Donald, never did play in the event. He was doing something overseas, I think, when in his younger days. But Pat Goss, the coach at Northwestern, you have had players who've competed and done very well in the Western Am, right?
Oh, the Western Am it's the masters of amateur golf. It's the best, and we've had a lot of players compete in over the years. My players are jockeying for position always to get in the event. It involves me calling John Keskowski every year and begging a little bit, trying to get a few guys slots. So it's an amazing event. And for me, it's been great having it back in Chicago. The last 3 years, it's been at Conway Farms, Skokie, and North Shore, which are all clubs my team plays and practices at.
Yeah. Speaking of terrific Chicago area events, Mark Slavey, president of Medina Patriot Day. Tell us when that event will be and what it's all about.
Sure. Medina Patriot Day will be July 7th, and it is essentially a local grassroots effort here for the state of Illinois to assist military families that are based in or have associations with the state of Illinois. So we raise scholarship money to help children and spouses out in particular, as well as active service members that are serving our country and come from the state of Illinois.
Tiger Woods' father, of course, has a military background. Now with the U.S. Open coming up, he is still the #1 story, good or bad. How do you guys think he's going to do at the U.S. Open? Do you think he's going to factor in come Sunday?
Depends on if he's healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's an incredible question mark there, and if he's healthy or not. So that's the big factor. At some point, he's going to get his game going in the right direction, and he's still Tiger Woods. But without his health, I don't know that he is.
Will he get it going in time to pass Jack Nicklaus? He obviously needs 5 more major championships to get it done. What do you guys think?
That's a great question. I mean, if you would have thought that we'd go, over a year where Tiger hasn't really won a major, or almost 2 years now, and whoever would have thought that in the prime of his career he wouldn't have won, a major over a 2-year span. I agree with, Pat, it all depends if he gets healthy. I mean, it's so hard to compete on the PGA Tour, let alone try to compete when your body's not 100%. Does he get to Jack's? He's at 14 right now. He's got to get 4 more. If I were betting today, I'd say he could do it.
Oh, you think he still will?
I think he can. I still think he, ask me in a year from now, but I think he can.
I think I'll take that bet with you.
Yeah.
I think we'll
we've got it.
Discuss some terms. Absolutely.
I love it.
What side would you fall on that bet?
I would fall with you. I'd take the bet.
Yeah.
Because so I'm the only one taking the under?
Yeah. You're the only one, I guess, who has faith in him. Because to me, he just seems like such an old 35 right now. And then obviously changing swing instructors. Your guy, Luke, has been so loyal to you. A guy like Tiger who keeps seeking different advice. What do you think about that? Does it just depend on the personality of the player?
Yeah, I don't exactly get it with Tiger, being honest with you. Because not only has he changed swing instructors, but he's went from one end of the spectrum to the other. He went from his typical 18-year-old swing, and then he went to a pretty solid-looking swing with Butch Harmon. Worked with Hank Haney, who's a little bit more of a method teacher, and he got very Hank Haney in his golf swing and had some success. Then he went to Sean Foley. I mean, he's gone from here to here to here to here. I tell you, though, he's proven that if you practice the right way, you can change, because it's amazing how much he's changed his swing each time. But At some point, I'd just like him to go see him beat Tiger Woods.
Oh.
I never wish that the guy anything but success,
Yeah.
and golf needs him to be back. I just think it's a tough road, and we've got energetic people like Luke Donald that are just continually up there, and this is his time as well if he wants it.
Well, the U.S. Open is coming up now. I basically predict that Luke is going to win every major because he's going to win one, and I want to look smart when that day happens.
Yeah.
Who else do we think? And let's, maybe let's go non-chalk. Maybe let's find some names that might not be so obvious. Who else are you guys going to be looking out for?
I think Luke Donald is, the best player in the world right now, and he'd be the #1 on my list. But if you're talking somebody off the radar screen, look at Nick Watney. Nick Watney was in contention at the PGA. He's in contention at the Masters. He's been there, and he's kind of knocking on the door. Maybe it's his time to kind of step through that door. Another guy that kind of falls into that would be Dustin Johnson.
I agree. Somebody like a Nick Watney, a Dustin Johnson, and even at Graham McDowell, he's won a major, but then had his tough time with the Players. And somebody who's hard-nosed like that and been through it, they'll rebound and get it done.
I get back to Donald, right? I mean, Luke Donald, that's my guy. I think that's a lot of folks' guy, and I just really wish him the success that he's worked so hard for. So, and again, he's from the state of Illinois, so we're rooting him on pretty hard.
Does congressional suit Luke?
I'll find out. We're going the Monday previous to the U.S. Open. We're going to take a day trip. He's played congressional and U.S. Open qualifiers previously, but I don't think there's golf courses that do or don't favor him anymore. I've heard people say golf courses are too long, and I've seen him have success there. So he'll go wherever it is and play his best.
Outstanding. Guys, thank you so much for a great discussion. Terrific seeing you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Teddy.
Thanks, Teddy.